Hello and welcome to today's lecture from Lantos on the Flying Seed. Now, normally today being the every other week time frame for new information from Lantos, I would present new information from Lantos, but we don't actually have new information from Lantos to give you today. So I'm going to provide a review of a message that Lantos gave a couple months ago, giving us a greater, deeper understanding of the flying seed. Next week, I'm going to be in Los Angeles teaching the teacher training course for the Flying Seed. That means that I will not be doing a lecture next week either. And so our next time for new information from Lantos on the Flying Seed is likely to be 2 weeks from today, which means we'll have allowed 4 weeks to go by without new information, and I apologize about that. Just like you, I look forward to the new information every other week. So hopefully we'll get new information in a couple of weeks. But let's talk about the greater understanding of how the flying seed works. Lantos had said early on, a year ago, that the seeds could go from number 1 through 81 or from 81 through 1. But he didn't really say why. And it wasn't until about 6 weeks ago when Lantos gave a message explaining this in greater detail. He said, creation emerges. It is beautiful. The process of the emergence of creation, the source, through self-reflection, generates sublime initial rotations. The process of self-reflection is a process of return. It is the return of attention. It is the process of eternal return. The eternal return. This is the process of creation. It is the process of initial rotations. Creation emerges through the sublime process of initial rotations. As this process of self-reflection occurs, creation emerges. Form emerges out of the formless. It is a great miracle. The knowledge of this process is the highest knowledge. It is the knowledge of the formation of all, how the formless, realizing itself, creates form. This process is the most sublime process of creation. Out of this process, all creation comes to be. We are researching the dynamics of this process. Our practice of the art of creating is a practice of this initial process. It is a study of the experience of the finest realms of existence. It is a study of the process whereby the formless takes form. One will find 2 directions to this process. One direction is the path which traces the object back to its source. This is the path of return. One may also experience the path of creating. That is, the path which begins with the pure formless source and proceeds into the realm of existence as form. Both paths experience the same process. Yes, the process is the same. In this way, we may also further our understanding of our beloved master tool of creating, the master tool of the flying seed. We have received our instruction of the 81 seeds of creation. As we began this process of instruction, the precious seeds were revealed one by one in groupings of 9. 9 seeds were offered in each lesson. And, lesson by lesson, the fullness of knowledge unfolded. It was revealed to us that this order held significance. The seeds were offered to us in this way through the brilliance of our beloved master teacher Thoth, the one who sees all of the sublime process of creating, the one who has noted all within the realms of creation, the one who has supremely formulated all in this luminous teaching of the fullness of life. It is the greatest treasure. The glory of creation is contained within this teaching. 81 seeds, 81 supreme seeds of knowledge. And the order, the numbers possess significance. The seeds experience relationship with other seeds by way of their order. The qualities of the seeds may be traced to the order, the sequence. We have learned from our beloved teacher Todt that there is great order to the expressions of creation, and the values of numbers for the precious seeds may originate at any point of beginning. There are 2 points of beginning which may be seen with ease. For this, we will refer to our master tool of the flying seed. At the base, the spiral begins with the seed of the aqua sphere. This is 1 point of beginning. Another point of beginning is located at the top of our clear 8-sided pyramid. The seed represents the sphere of first rays. In this way, we find 2 paths of entry, and from either path, the numbering has significance. Both paths lead to fullness. Fullness of knowledge. Fullness of experience. We have begun our studies along one path of knowledge, one direction of numbering. We will now begin to understand the values offered by adding the second direction of knowledge. Wholeness emerges. First one wholeness forms, then another forms, and out of the relationship of these 2 fullnesses, a third, greater wholeness is realized. It is a realization of the greatest value of wholeness. Out of the dynamic relationship of these 2 fullnesses, a greater fullness is formed. Now that we have some experience with one set of fullness, we will add to this framework a second set of fullness. This generates the greater value of fullness. It is very good. In this year of the flying seed, our knowledge of creation continues to expand. With this greater fullness, we will map the cosmic spheres and we will identify the harmonics which form through these energies. This knowledge of the greater fullness brings to light the forces which structure the unfoldment of life along the currents of time. We will apply this great fullness. Yes, it is the great fullness to our evaluation of the harmonics which form on the individual level of expression. Harmonics locations is the understanding of the harmonic interactions of the 81 seeds of creation. Just as layers may be found in all of life's expressions, we will research the layers of harmonic influences. The great fullness offers knowledge on all layers of life. Very good. Yes. This is a good introduction to our expansion of fullness. It is very good. Many blessings. I wanted us to focus on that message again for a reason. Over the last 6 weeks, we have changed our sunset seeds of creating. So instead of doing a seed of action, a seed of relationship, and our seed of inception, we did our reflective seeds. The reflective mission seed, followed by the reflective appellation seed, followed by the reflective inception seed. And we began it with the seed of hope. This has been something we've done for the past 6 weeks or so. Now, when Lantos introduced the reflective seeds, he explained that the form of the flying seed, the spiral pyramid form, actually has a reflective form that goes below it, beneath it. And this makes it appear in a full form like our pendant of eternal light, going from a point at the top to the widest spiral in the center, back to a point at the bottom. It's just that the bottom half of our flying seed remains unexpressed. It is a reflection of that which is above it. The chamber of eternal light that is placed within the flying seed. That chamber reflects the 81 seeds that are the reflective seeds for our flying seed. So in this message, Lantos made a few references, a few points that I want to highlight because it's important for each of us to keep this in mind. He said, "We will now begin to understand the values offered by adding the second direction of knowledge. Wholeness emerges. First one wholeness forms, then another forms, and out of the relationship of these two fullnesses, a third, greater wholeness is realized. It is the realization of the greatest value of wholeness. Out of the dynamic relationship of these two fullnesses, a greater fullness is formed." So there we have the fullness of the flying seed that you can see with your eyes sitting on the table in front of you. We have the fullness of the reflective seeds, the reflective 81 seeds, as represented by the chamber of eternal light. And then those two fullnesses, when taken together, create a greater wholeness, an even greater fullness. And Lantos said, now that we have some experience with one set of fullness, we will add to this framework a second set of fullness. This generates the greater value of fullness. So he wanted us to begin to enliven these reflective seeds so that we could enliven the second set of fullness, and with the two sets of fullness, enjoy an even greater level of fullness. That is our instruction for today. A couple of quick notes. We will be doing a teacher training course in Los Angeles next weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So if you are thinking about it, this is about the last opportunity you'll have. Call us tomorrow or the next day. Let us know, because we are making final preparations with the rooms and the tools and the tables for the treatments, making sure that we have enough for everyone. So let us know quickly if you do want to attend that. Also, there is a new website for the Flying Seed. If you go to the standard Flying Seed website, then you'll see a button that links you over to theflyingseed.org. It has the same information, just in a different format for the Flying Seed Foundation. Okay, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. I hope to speak with you again this week, perhaps with new information from Lantos. Otherwise, it will be next week after I get back from the teacher training course in Los Angeles. Have a great week.